We might not have live-action Turok, but we got something in that realm of fiction. '65 is an American sci-fi dino flick, written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. Yes, this film has two directors, who were also the writers. Our tale follows Mills, played by Adam Driver, who has crash-landed on a strange planet, a planet with strange, hostile creatures. With limited supplies and a lone survivor in tow, he must travel across the land for any hope of heading home. It's not exactly portal travel in Lost Lands, but it's kinda close to Turok 2006. I like that one. Time to go away and watch it. This is 65. We start in a place no one can hear you scream, but everyone can hear you monologue. Space, with a very light bit of text. Short story shorter, before humans, humanoids traveled space. Like our protagonist Mills, along with his wife and daughter. Seems he'll be leaving on a 2-year journey so that he can afford his daughter's treatments. Of what, they never say. But it's deadly. Fading out to a rather sleek-looking ship, not all is well. That's the kind of rocky road not even Dublin ice cream stores want. So yes, the situation goes from bad to worse, as now the dash is fire. The ship is breaking apart, and Mills is wounded. Because it must get worse, there's something that's killing the passengers. Time to gear up and go outside where, yeah, everyone do be dead. What's also dead is Mills' will to live. At first he sends out an SOS, but soon deletes it, and reports not to send a rescue. Can this get any more grim? Okay, he doesn't kill himself, but damn if I wasn't edge of my seat when I saw this film in theaters. No, instead he manages to find one surviving pod with a little girl inside, Koa, played by Ariana Greenblatt, who does not speak Mills' tongue. But through the power of spice, he communicates where they need to go. Or lies that her family are there. I mean, considering how the chiropods got spread out, it's possible.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, they're on top of the mountain.
So sending out a new distress signal. God, Homebase must be feeling very confused by these mixed signals. Koa digs up some lore on our protagonist. And credit to the actress, Chloe Coleman, as it is a gut punch that will only continue to twist the knife. Nothing a man can't walk off as they begin their long journey. Also, I won't be stopping to do scientific fact-checking, because this movie doesn't largely go out of its way to be 100% accurate, and I'd rather not get bogged down in the weeds. What were weeds in the Paleogene period? Cattails and ferns. Those have existed a lot longer than I thought. There's even poison berries not to eat. Yeah, well, the opening was dark. This segment lightens the mood considerably. Complete opposite end of the spectrum. Also, no, I did not need to see Driver's sticky fingers. If you weren't already suffering tonal whiplash, how about our heroes save a baby dinosaur just to later see it devoured? I get the strange feeling the directors were not sharing notes while filming.
I'm just tired.
Using a large tree to see if they're there yet, it snaps out from under him, dislocating his shoulder. This leaves him defenseless as hostiles close in. Ah, but you don't need to see that epic fight. Let's watch Koa survive the birds. Wait, but aren't the majority of dinosaurs birds? Don't worry about that. Worry about the creepier dinos. Luckily, Mills arrives to save the day. Damn, this guy's escort quest is that Resident Evil 4 kind. Leon! Well, Driver drives it off, though Koa is too distraught to continue. But through the power of whistle bonding, he's able to keep her from routing off the field. Been playing a lot of Total War and Strategos lately. Taking shelter inside a cave, we get hints of something big coming. They'll have to wait, as the threat while they sleep is rather small. Still not sure how that removed it. I guess it just popped like a balloon. Making matters worse is that there's a threat outside, and while they flee further in, they get separated. At least we get a pretty cool fight scene against a cave dino. Even Koa gets a moment of action, even if she does commit massive overkill. We saw a moment of the grenades earlier, and one would have sufficed. This all allows them to find each other and reunite, with Koa saving Mills from quicksand. What's more is he now knows the asteroid that hit them was just a smaller one from a much larger one about to strike the planet. Finally arriving at the escape vessel, Koa has a reasonable breakdown when her family is nowhere to be found.
This is my daughter. Last time I saw her, she was mad at me.
Because my job took me away from her.
I need to get you home.
I mean, it's not like she runs off and causes more trouble. No, trouble comes in the form of the asteroids just having a hate boner for Driver. Even worse is the arrival of not one, but 2 T-Rexes, and they are pissed. But with the power of Remember to Love, Mills fights back, managing to drop both of them. Also side tangent, but I love seeing chunks of flesh being blown off. So often, films with dinosaurs ignore that guns do reasonable damage against scale and flesh. Not saying a 9mm should drop a T-Rex, but 7.62 ought to do something. Mama Scarface has returned and is pissed. So with no ammo left, Mills leads the beast away and into the geothermal area. Well, that did piss all. Luckily, Koa is here for the assist, buying some time for another blast. So our duo finally leaves, and we see a fast forward of the ages. Also, yes, this film is theorized to be set in Wyoming. 65 was released across various countries all throughout 2023 under the name 65, save for Argentina, which got 65 on the verge of extinction, and Brazil, which got 65 prehistoric threat. Filming would be done in various locations for different scenes. Filming began in December 2020 in New Orleans. The swamp areas would utilize Kazachi National Forest, Louisiana, as well as Oregon for redwood forest scenes. The film's budget was about 45 million USD, and it would see a weekend premiere of just over 12 million. Luckily, it would go on to ultimately pull in just under 70 million worldwide. Danny Elfman was originally picked for the score, but instead his frequent collaborator Chris Bacon was chosen. While the film wasn't warmly welcomed, I suspect due to the limited marketing of the film, it did receive praise for its effects, which were handled by Framestore, with the ship design coming from Scroggins Aviation Mockup and Effects. The film, being delayed, had a part in helping with the effects coming out as well as they did. My ultimate takeaway is that 65 is an okay film. On the positive side, it's a fun sci-fi monster flick with likable characters and good effects, acting and choices that don't make you want to rip your hair out, and a decent bit of violence, and even gore for a PG-13 film. While I felt that the 2 younger actresses did well in their part, it is Driver who pulls the film on his back. Not to insult the efforts of the other 2 ladies, but if Driver wasn't in this film, I likely would have ignored it, or not even heard of it. That said, I'm glad I watched it. It's not something I'd say you'd have to watch, but if you've been wanting sci-fi or dino action, it's a fine pick. The negatives are definitely the tonal whiplash throughout the film. It can start to feel like the directors were tag teaming the directing chair throughout the whole movie. At the very least, it's not enough to completely destroy the project. If you're itching for that Night Dive remaster of Turok Evolution, take a moment to catch this film. It won't leave you wishing for extinction.
I'm just tired.